Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cynthia if you are new here, and I really quickly just wanted to preface this before we dive into the video, and that is that my apartment is kind of ugly. I don't love every area of my apartment, and I'm gonna film a little bit in the kitchen today, and I hate filming in the kitchen because there's no natural light. It's very outdated. It's ugly. It looks like there's stuff everywhere, but the truth is that while my kitchen isn't the nicest to look at, it is extremely functional. And it's just a room that we had to trade aesthetic for function. Whereas my desk area, in my opinion, is a little bit more aesthetic. It's a little bit more me. I've spent quite a lot more time in this part of the apartment, really making it me, putting my stamp on it. And so I love to film here. But the truth is that by only filming in a few places in the apartment, that's not only not fair to me, it's also not fair to you. Because something that I have always loved about vlogging is that you just really get to know sometimes the most intimate parts of people's lives, and you really get to know who people are because you're seeing their life through their eyes. Vlogging to me is such like a POV type of format, and it's so fun for that reason, and that's why I always wanted to do it because I watched so many others do it, and I couldn't wait until it was my turn. And then I finally got my chance. I bought the camera, I put my fears aside, and I did it. And then I felt like I wasn't good enough because my kitchen is ugly. And I hate my apartment ceiling. It has these stupid, I don't even know what they are, tiles, I guess. And so I just made myself think that I shouldn't vlog certain aspects of my apartment or even my life for that matter because they just weren't as pretty or they weren't as nice to look at or whatever the case may be. But the truth is that I do have a little bit of anxiety because I don't have an aesthetic life, but I also think having an aesthetic life is a little overrated. And if I really wanted to take the time and energy and the money to sort of do like a renter-friendly renovation on my kitchen, I would have. But the truth is that my partner and I, Diego, chose function over aesthetic, like I said a little bit earlier. And it just is what it is. It makes sense for us. It doesn't have to make sense for you. So, with that being said, I really just want to get over myself. I want to get out of my head. I want to get back to sharing my life authentically with you and really just stop caring that my life isn't aesthetic. I am a person, a human being, because the truth is that if I wanted my life to be aesthetic, I would work a little harder to make it aesthetic. But the truth is that I just don't care that my life isn't aesthetic. And so here we are. So with that being said, I do have a couple of things I would like to accomplish this afternoon. I did slow down this morning. I slept in a little bit. I played Stardew Valley. I read a teeny tiny bit, and then I finally got up around 10ish. So right now it is 11. I just had breakfast. I got dressed. I got ready for the day. So on the agenda is I have to do the dishes and just kind of like clean up the kitchen area. I also need to do laundry because it is Sunday. And then I do need to plan my content for this upcoming week. So those are my main three. Tackling the dishes I have to do first. That way I can do laundry. And then once laundry's in, I can start doing the content stuff. I do also want to organize my fridge. Don't know if I'm going to bring you along with me for that part. But those are my main three for today. So I'm going to go get started on the dishes. And I will talk to you again in a bit. So as you can see, the lighting in here is horrid. I hate it. I am right like under the light in here, and it's so bad. It's so bad. It's also messy. It's just, I really don't like filming in here. I feel very uncomfortable right now. If I'm being honest, I want to turn off the camera and just do my cleaning and then just like sit down and talk to you after I'm done because I almost feel like I'm letting you read like a few pages in my diary. Like I hate this. So I'm just gonna jump in. I have a lot more dishes than I thought. So I'm going to dry some of these and then wash like the tumblers. Also, where like my Simple Modern babes? Because I love Simple Modern. This is the 40 ounce. This is the 50 ounce. I'm obsessed. Okay, hi, I'm back. We are one load of laundry down, probably three, maybe four more to go, so we're still in the early stages, but the only other thing left I have to do on my list is to plan my content for the week. So the video that you're watching now, I will be editing this week, and it will go live on Friday, the 21st. But last week I did not post on the blog. And if I'm being honest, I'm feeling a little, I don't want to say uninterested, but I'm feeling a little bit stuck. Like I kind of feel like I've hit a little bit of a creative rut this month. I don't know what's going on in June. Like I'm not really reading anything and I'm kind of having to like push myself to read and I'm not really like interested in reading anything. And I think, but I do think a big part of that has to do, I'm not centered, but I think a big part of that has to do with the fact that there are like five books and series that I've been reading that are publishing at the end of June, and I think mentally I'm just trying to like prepare myself. So Tuesday's post will be about that, and the books in question are The Mist Thief by L.J. Andrews, Reckless by Lauren Roberts, Shadows and Storms by Helen Schurer, A Queen This Fierce and Deadly by Stasia Stark, and The Darkness Within Us by Trisha Levenseller. So Reckless by Lauren Roberts actually comes out in July, not the end of June, but I'm just grouping it in because it just kind of makes sense to do so. But I think because I've been like mentally preparing myself for all of these new books, I just haven't really been interested in starting anything else. I do have to read the third book in the Kingdom of Lies series by Stasia Stark. I've only read the first two. I actually have a video on the first two books because they cured my A Court of Thorns and Roses reading slump. And like for that, I owe them praise alone, but I will link it up here as I always do. So to keep things simple, I think that'll be Tuesday's post. This will be Friday's video. Not overcomplicate it because I definitely overcomplicate things without meaning to, but I don't know. Blogging just has felt very lackluster lately, and I'm trying to figure out why. Because I love talking and reading and writing about books. So I don't think it's my content. So I'm trying to figure out what it is. Something about it has gotten stale. I haven't put my finger on it yet, but I'm hoping that once the end of the month comes in a couple of weeks and I've started reading and I've jumped back into reading series that I know that I love with familiar characters and places, that I'll start to kind of get back into the rhythm that I was in. But so far, June has just been an unexpected kind of like mid-year break. And I'm honestly really relieved for the breather because outside of reading this new series that was recommended to me, which I talked about in my last video, my 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5, June will be an interesting month to recap in terms of reading because I'm really not reading much. I've just been playing Stardew Valley. So I'm going through my list, fantasy romance books I'm excited to read this like upcoming summer, and I completely forgot about Wisteria by Adalyn Grace. Wisteria is the third book in the Belladonna series by Adalyn Grace, and I loved Belladonna, I loved Foxglove. I loved them so much. I literally have copies. The downside is that I got Belladonna at Target and I got Foxglove at Barnes and Nobles, and it is the Barnes and Nobles exclusive edition. Barnes and Nobles exclusive edition. So the downside is that they don't like match together nicely, but they are such pretty books. They are such good books, which is more important than being pretty. And that's not like, I'm not trying to say anything. They are beautiful books. They are beautifully written stories. And I just love Signa, Blythe, Death, and now Fate, even though he's quite the troublemaker. So I'm very excited to see what trouble he's going to get into in the third book, because considering how the second book ended, the third book is going to be very interesting. And I cannot believe I forgot it, but maybe because it publishes towards the end of August 2024, maybe that's why I just didn't like think about it, because I was thinking mainly like June and July, like books that are publishing in June and July. Also, A Queen That's Fierce and Deadly published May 30th. Why did I think it was June 30th? I have so much catching up to do, but I'm almost done with this, so I'm gonna get back into finishing this, and then yeah, we're almost done for the day. All this did not take me as long as I thought it was going to, if I'm being honest. I think I was a little bit dramatic with myself this morning when I was like, oh, it's gonna take me so long. It didn't. It didn't. I probably have like 2 more loads of laundry to do, and then I'm done. So I am on track to finish everything by 3 when Diego gets home, and then I am definitely going to get myself a little treat. I know on this channel so far I have been a Starbucks girly, but Dunkin' Donuts has a new kiwi watermelon refresher, and let me tell you, I have not converted. I'm not a Dunkin' girly. I'm still a Starbucks girly, but they got me with that refresher. They have me in a chokehold with that refresher. So we're gonna go get it later. I'm also gonna swing by my local Amazon locker to pick up my stuff, because I also treated myself to the Shepherd King duology books, because that was another series that I really like. If I'm being honest, Raven You is still top tier book boyfriend. Sorry to everyone else. But I figure we'll go pick up my books and my little controller so I can relax and play Stardew Valley the rest of the night. We have mail. The books have arrived. These are gonna get their own video. I'm not gonna clog up this one. But what I'm most excited for finally showed up. So I play Stardew Valley on my Mac, but I originally started playing on my Switch. And I have just gotten so used to the Joy-Con and just the movements that playing with a mouse and a keyboard is just, it's not it. But finding something that was compatible with the Mac so I could play on the Mac was also a little tricky. But she's so cute. The controls are slightly different from the controls on the Switch, which is a little weird, but I'm very happy. It works very well. So I'm gonna go play, and I'll see you in the next one.